Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rekakadash. Double honors goes to the elders and apostles of GMS. Salutations to the hopeful elect. This is a Rababiah coming at you from the Chicago camp with a quick lesson. I titled this lesson, America and Israel as One. I got this quick skit where it was talking about how they're putting forth a bill to merge Israel with America. So it's full steam ahead. So, the Bible is going to be fulfilled because all this is in the plans, because they know that they can't have the American military going after American citizens because they have people that they know in his families. And as America, we haven't been known to do that, to break laws like that. But when you go to this other people, I'm talking about these small hatters, they don't care, So what these wicked elites and what the government has been talking about in secret is now coming to the forefront, and everybody's able to see it. And so that's what you see now. You see the Bible and what it's been talking about, what is printed about 2,000 years ago is now coming to the forefront. So I want to play this video, but before I do, I want to read a quick scripture. And then I'll play the video. Or maybe two scriptures, we'll see. I want to go to Luke chapter 12, verse 2. It says, "For there is nothing covered that should not be revealed, neither hid that should not be known. Therefore, whatsoever he has spoken in the darkness shall be heard in the light. And that which was spoken in the ear in the closet should be proclaimed on the housetops." So that's what you're seeing. America, it's been hiding itself, but it's just been the business for the elites. So if the same food in Europe, is different in America. They add all these chemicals and stuff to it, because if you were a business owner, would you put the same stuff you put in your personal house in your business? No, you wouldn't. It's nothing but an LLC. So what they do is they sold the business. America sold it to, or gave it back to the original owners. And you just seeing that it used to be hid, and now it's being brought out into the forefront. And you'll find out that these people are the oppressors of the earth. You'll go find out that the so-called small hatters owned a lot of those slave ships back in, the transatlantic slave trade. That's you'll find out that Deuteronomy is talking about these people that's assuming responsibility of America now. Anyway, let me go ahead and play this video. Check this out.
The House of Representatives today just approved to pass the Bill 219 in the National Defense Authorization Act of 2027 to integrate the U.S. and Israeli military into one, sharing all technology, all equipment, weapons, everything, information on citizens, meaning the Mossad will be spying on U.S. citizens now. Where is the uproar? This is disgusting and treasonous. So when MAGA fans are all saying, "Oh, Trump is for America," no, he's not, because this is the most treasonous thing ever to happen in the 250 years of American sovereignty, and this is no more sovereignty. If you're allowing another nation to have all the information on your citizens and give them...
I want to say this real quick. They said Trump is for America. First of all, Trump is a billionaire. He's never had a normal life in his whole life. He was born a billionaire. His dad gave him, what was it, 400 million? So what does he know about anything dealing with the normal class of people? The man is just wicked. Let me go to a quick scripture. Let me go to Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. It says, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith." So it's letting you know that this man, the man is that they, it says his soul which is lifted up is talking about that he's a prideful man, and it says it's not upright in him, meaning that he's wicked. So they're the wicked. Everything that Trump does, or everything that this government does, is for the government. It's not for the country. It's not even for the world. It's for their own gain. Back to the movie. Back to the video.
Military technology and information through and through and be as one, then you have no more sovereignty. This is treasonous, and this is beyond rapport. So the uproar has to happen, because if this passes in the Senate in 5 months, America, you got no more sovereignty. And like Brian said, I think we are going to be having to... breaking news, the House of Representatives today just...
Wow. So, yeah, that it's been talked about for so long that the people, the small hatters, they are the people of the Lord. This video, by the way, is for teaching purposes only. Fair use, fair use. I'm not getting anything from this. It's just for teaching purposes only. These people were considered the people of the Lord. And you know what baffles me is that the people of the Lord, they own everything, and they are the people that's been persecuted. How do they work that out? How do they go about doing that? I heard one of the elders say that, and it's just so true. How do they express that they are the people that are oppressed and they own everything? Let's go to I want to do this real quick. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. It says, "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By any way thereof I spoke unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold to your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. And no man shall buy you, no man shall save you." So when did that ever happen to the small hatters, to the people of the Lord, so-called people of the Lord? Let's stay in that same chapter. I want to move down to, when did this ever happen to those people? I'm talking about the small hatters. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28, verse 43. It says, "The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, until thou be destroyed, because thou hast hearkened not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he hath commanded thee." So they should, now listen to this. It says, "And they shall be upon thee for a sign, for a wonder, upon the seed forever." So when did this ever happen to those small hatters? We know of a people that it did happen to, but when did it ever happen to these holy people, so-called, of the earth? They own everything. But there's other people that are the bottom of everything. The so-called black man is at the bottom of everything. This is what the scriptures talk about. Let's go to Isaiah, where they take and they just make good for evil and evil for good. They switch everything around. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 5. I'm going to start at verse 20. It says, "Woe unto them that call good evil and evil good." Isaiah 5 and 20. It says, "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter." It says, "Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight." That's the small hatters, man. They switch everything around, and they lie. That's what they do. That's what they do. And if they assume power in the government, things are going to be a lot worse than what they are now. And I think that's what everything is going down to. The people of the Lord are going to be speaking of the Lord. And if you're not speaking of the Lord, what does the scripture say? Let's go to that. Let's go to Isaiah 8, verse 20. It says, "To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them." So these people don't have any light in them. They are the wicked of the earth. They're the base people that are over us because we sinned against our power. And their time is up. So anyway, what's happening right now, it has to happen because the Bible is going to be fulfilled. I want to go to one of the scripture. I want to go to Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. It says, this is the matter, this matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and give it unto whosoever he will, and set up the basis of men. So that's what you're seeing. You're seeing these base men make their move. But it's going to be to no avail because Yahweh's people are going to step up. Their time is up. So this move that they're trying to do, it's not going to work. But we must stay true to the Bible. And roughly paraphrasing Isaiah 33:6, these scriptures are going to have to be our wisdom. We can't do it on our own. We need our power to be behind us. I want to give all praises and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rekakadash. Double honors goes to the elders and apostles of GMS. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom to next time, Lord willing. Shalom.